Republic, I think you will find that there are a lot of nobles here from Europe to help you. I am the Baron de Steuben. I've come from Prussia to teach the Amerikanische Soldaten how to be professional soldiers. But also with me, I have Monsieur le Marquis de Lafayette. Yes? Oh, you must cheer him on.
Yes.
Yeah. Don Bernardo de Galvez, a representative of Spain, and the illustrious Comte de Rochambeau. If you get one thing out of today's demonstration and talk, it is that this war is a global war. It is not just a war being fought in the trees, hiding behind rocks with Amerikanische Soldaten. It is a war that is being fought in the drawing rooms of Paris or in the palace at Madrid. There are soldiers fighting in Spain at Gibraltar. There are naval battles happening off the Sugar Islands in the Caribbean. And there are now French soldiers on American soil. So, first I will introduce to you the Comte de Rochambeau, who will tell you a little bit about our Fréres. So, Monsieur le Comte.
Monsieur de Steuben, merci. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, bonjour. I am General Jean-Baptiste Donatien de Vimeur, Comte de Rochambeau. Please forgive my poor English, as I have only just begun to learn your noble language. Now, who, you might ask, is this Frenchman Rochambeau, and what is his purpose here? I will explain. My king, His Majesty Louis XVI, sent me to your beautiful country, where it has been my honor to assist His Excellency General Washington in your fight for independence from the English King George. In early 1780, my king placed me in command of the Expédition Particulière, a force of 8,000 men selected from among the finest regiments in the French Royal Army. None of us knew how long we would be gone from France, but we all recognized the risk of never returning home in exchange for the opportunity to help your country in its noble struggle for freedom. And of course, we must also admit that no true Frenchman could resist the chance to fight the English. So, we sailed from France in April. We arrived in Newport in July, where we enjoyed the hospitality of the good people of Rhode Island and Connecticut. It was at this place that we set about recovering from our long sea journey. We gathered supplies and prepared to join forces with His Excellency General Washington. And in July 1781, our armies united near Phillipsburg, New York. It was from this place that General Washington and I assessed the feasibility of laying siege to New York City. After much consideration, we both recognized that our best chance for success against the British lie to the south in Virginia. So we continued south. And after much hard work, good fortune, and excellent timing, our combined forces achieved great success against the British in our Yorktown campaign. Working together with your Continental Army, we forced the surrender of General Cornwallis and his forces at Yorktown and Gloucester. At this moment, we did not know that this would be the last major battle in your war for independence. The importance of this defeat convinced the British to sue for peace with your country. So, now, we must also recognize that our victory at Yorktown would not have been possible without the aid of the French Royal Navy under the command of my colleague, the courageous Admiral de Grasse. In a single naval engagement, Admiral de Grasse defeated the British Navy's attempt to rescue General Cornwallis and allowed for the safe delivery of our siege artillery. You should also know that Admiral de Grasse could never have reached us without the support of His Majesty King Carlos of Spain. Mesdames et Messieurs, I do not exaggerate when I say that we owe our success to the gallant and little-known efforts of their excellencies, Monsieur Don Bernardo de Galvez and his colleague, Monsieur Don Francisco Saavedra. Bravo, messieurs.
Bravo.
Finally, mesdames et messieurs, I wish you to understand that we of the French Expeditionary Corps consider ourselves privileged to have worked alongside so many of your brave soldiers in your pursuit of freedom. We congratulate you on your newly acquired independence, and we wish you every success as you make your way forward in this historical endeavor. Vive and long live these United States. Long live His Excellency General Washington. Vive le roi et vive la France.
Vive la France.
And now His Excellency Don Bernardo de Galvez, the Spanish governor of Louisiana.
Muchísimas gracias. Señoras, señores, thank you. Bienvenidos and welcome. I would like to share with you today a little bit about myself. I was governor of the Spanish territory of Louisiana from 1777 to 1783. A lot of people don't know about our participation in your fight for independence. Well, hopefully I'll enlighten some of you here today. Before France even entered the war, I was instructed as governor to continue aid through a gentleman by the name of Oliver Pollock, Irishman, now American patriot, authorized by your Continental Congress to negotiate maneuvers where we would supply secretly to you gunpowder, muskets, cannons, cannonballs, uniforms, medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, we did this for 3 years. Over the first year alone, over 10,000 pounds of gunpowder was smuggled up the Mississippi through the Ohio. Finally, my King Carlos, His Most Catholic Majesty, entered the war in the year 1779. I was instructed immediately to take action. We took Fort Butte and Fort Natchez, which secured the Mississippi River, and now supplies could flow freely to the Continental Army. People ask me, what is the significance of the Spanish participation in this war? As this fine gentleman had mentioned, this was now a global war, especially when Spain entered it. It was now a war fought on 3 continents, not just the 13 colonies. I was fighting the British in the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, we were fighting the Continental Army. We were fighting, my father, Marquis Galvez, was fighting in Guatemala. We were fighting in India. This was now a global conflict, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe this was the plan, to spread the English out so far that you could sustain such an engagement. And I would like to leave with you a little bit about the final battle of Yorktown. A lot of people don't know that Comte de Grasse was sitting off of the harbor of Santo Domingo, plotting to sack Jamaica. Jamaica made more money than all of the 13 colonies combined. Sugar, molasses, rum. Did I say rum? It was very important to them. We heard about Cornwallis's move to Yorktown. I agreed with my advisors that this would be the prime opportunity to corner Cornwallis. So I agreed and released Comte de Grasse, who was under my command, all 28 ships to sail to Chesapeake Bay. But what you don't know is that Comte de Grasse informed me that he needed 30,000 pesos to sail. He hadn't paid his sailors since he had left France. Also, he had been corresponding with General Rochambeau and General Washington, and they both required funds, hard spice, Spanish silver. Within 24 hours, Mr. Saavedra, Francisco Saavedra, raised over 500,000 silver pesos from the good citizens of Havana. I immediately released 1 million pesos on a ship that sailed 2 days behind Comte de Grasse to pay the French army and the Continental Army. If it wasn't for the generosity of the people of Havana, who knows how long this conflict would have continued. So through our financial aid, through our materialistic aid, you could see how we influence the outcome of the American Revolution. So next time you hear about Rochambeau, Lafayette, vive la France. But what about me, Don Bernardo de Galvez, and what Spain did for your fight for independence?
¡Que viva!
Gracias.
I want you all, before you go, to remember that when you think about American independence, when you explode your fireworkings at the 4th of July, you must remember both your amigos and your Fréres. Yes, yes. So any questions?